back to my kitchen. It's Heidi at Heidi Cooks Plants, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple, easy, crunchy granola recipe. Some of you are maybe familiar with another granola recipe that I've made time and time again, but I've found a new recipe earlier this week, and it was, so this new one is inspired by Plants Rule. I took some of the suggestions from that recipe and kind of tweaked it and made it my own. And this one is gluten-free. It's got some other ingredients. It's also nut-free. So for those of you who have nut allergies, this one would be totally safe for you. And it's pretty low on the glycemic index also, because I am only using dates as a sweetener. I'm not adding any sugar. You do have an option if you want to add raisins to it. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to be doing that in this recipe. So I'm going to get started and show you all the ingredients and show you how simple it is to just throw together and bake. So the ingredients are pretty simple. We are going to start with all the dry ingredients. And I've got 1 cup of rolled oats, and I chose the gluten-free oats, so those are just dry rolled oats. And then I'm putting in 4 tablespoons of millet. And if you're not familiar with millet, it's a grain, it's gluten-free, and it's kind of like they're little granules. It kind of looks like quinoa, and it gives that nice little crunch to this when it's mixed in. So we have 4 tablespoons of that. I've got a 1/4 cup of raw pumpkin seeds, and these are unsalted. There's no other flavoring in them. These are the raw ones, and they're also called pepitas. I also have a 1/4 cup of raw sunflower seeds, and same thing, these are unsalted, unroasted. We're going to put those in. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of raw sesame seeds, just white sesame seeds. Put those in. And we're gonna do for this, I've got 2 tablespoons of Trader Joe's peanut butter powder, which is basically just a defatted peanut butter. And also 2 teaspoons of Saigon cinnamon for that nice spicy cinnamon flavor. So we're gonna put that in. Those are all my dry ingredients. Let me grab a spoon. And I like the Trader Joe's peanut butter powder because it doesn't have anything added to it. It has a little bit of sea salt, but it doesn't have any sugar in it. I know some of the defatted peanut butter powders do have some sugar added to them. So those are all my dry ingredients. And then what we're going to use for the wet is I made a flax egg, which was 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 2 tablespoons of water, and I mixed that up earlier and it got a little bit thick. So that kind of mimics an egg, and that was going to be just help us as a binder. So we're going to put that in. And I've got a 1/2 cup of date paste, and date paste is just Medjool dates that are pitted and water. Use this as a sweetener, and you don't get, you know, it's natural because it's just the date, it's just the fruit, it's not processed at all, and I really like the taste of that. So that is really just it. So I'm going to mix this up, coat it all. You could also, if you think it's a little bit too thick, add just a little bit of water in here. I could have added a little bit of water to my flaxseed, but I think it's okay. These are going to be, I'm going to just add maybe, it's probably a tablespoon of water, because I think I could have used a little bit extra water in my flaxseed mixture. Now this is all mixed together. Oop, got a little on the counter. And that's pretty much it. So I've got a parchment lined baking sheet. And spread it out. And use my spoon to kind of spread it out. You could also, I've got clean hands, so like Ina Garden says, clean hands are a cook's best tool. So I'm just going to use my hands to spread it out so it's kind of a thin layer, and that, because you want everything to bake really evenly. This was a messy way. I probably should have used a spatula. I'll know next time, but I'm just going to flatten it out. And you could easily double this. I only made 1 cup of oats because I'm really the only granola eater in the house, and if I make a double batch, then there's a lot for me to eat. The granola just came out of the oven. I just took it out of the oven. It didn't come out itself. And I checked it at 30 minutes and the edges were getting kind of brown, but I felt like the middle kind of needed a couple extra minutes. So I took it out at about 33 minutes. So on time-wise, it really, you just kind of have to judge your own oven, but I would say 30 to 35 minutes. And it's really hot. So I'm gonna show you, grab a little piece on my spatula. And it's a little, it's right now at the chewy stage, but I'm gonna show you up close. It looks really nice and brown and crunchy. And I know if I just leave it on the pan, it's gonna crisp up a little bit and get crunchy, but it's a little on the chewy side, which is good too. I really, really like it. It has a nice flavor and it's not super sweet. So I really like this as a topping in a smoothie bowl. That's been my latest kind of craze, is making smoothie bowls. And this is a really nice touch. It's also nice for a snack and you don't get a lot of sugar overload, because if you've ever looked at a package of granola in the grocery store, it's full of sugar and you just don't need all that added sweetness. So this gives you that crunch, and you're getting all those great grains. You're getting oats and the millet, which are really low glycemic, a healthy alternative to a processed food. This is completely unprocessed. And you've got the seeds and the nuts, and I think it's a great like afternoon snack, or even at nighttime. If you wanted to make it a little bit sweeter, you could put some Enjoy Life mini chocolate chips in it for a treat, or add some raisins or some other dried fruit that you like. But just try to keep your portions in control. So I hope you give it a try and leave me a comment at the bottom. I'm gonna put the recipe down below, and I hope you give it a try and a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, because I would love that. So thanks again for watching today, and I'll see you in the kitchen again soon. Bye.